January 11th, Genesis 24:52 through 26:16. And it came to pass when Abraham's servants heard that their Laban's and Bethuel's words, that he worshipped the Lord, bowing himself to the earth. Then the servant brought out jewelry and silver, jewelry of gold and clothing, and gave them to Rebekah. He also gave precious things to her brother and to her mother. And he and the men who were with him ate and drank and stayed the night. Then they arose in the morning, and he said, "Send me away to my master." But her brother and her mother said, "Let the young man stay. Let the young woman stay with us a few days, at least 10. After that she may go." And he said to them, "Do not hinder me, since the Lord has prospered my way. Send me away so that I may go to my master." So they said, "We will call the young woman and ask her personally." Then they called Rebekah and said to her, "Will you go with this man?" And she said, "I will go." So they sent away Rebekah, their sister, and her nurse, and Abraham's servant and his men. And they blessed Rebekah and said to her, "Our sister, may you become the mother of thousands of 10,000s, and may your descendants possess the gates of those who hate them." Then Rebekah and her maids arose, and they rode on camels and followed the man. So the servant took Rebekah and departed. Now Isaac came from the way of Beer Laharai, for he dwelt in the south. And Isaac went out to meditate in the field in the evening, and he lifted his eyes and looked, and there the camels were coming. Then Rebekah lifted her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she dismounted from from her camel, for she had said to the servant, "Who is this man walking in the field to meet us?" And the servant said, "It is my master." So she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all the things that he had done. Then Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and he took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. So Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Abraham again took a wife, and her name was Keturah, and she bore him Simeon, Zokashan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shah. Joseph begot Sheba and Dedan. And the sons of Dedan were Ashur, Latamesh, and Lebanon. And the sons of Midian were Ephah, Ephraim, Hanak, Abidah, and Elidah. All these were the children of Keturah. And Abraham gave all that he had to Isaac, but Abraham gave gifts to the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, and while he was still living, he sent them eastward, away from Isaac his son, to a country to the east. This is the sum of the years of Abraham's life which he had lived, 175 years. Then Abraham breathed his last and died a good old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people. And his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in a cave of Machpelah, that is, before Miriam, in the field of Ephron, the son of Zorah the Hittite, the field which Abraham purchased from the sons of Het. There Abraham was buried, and, and Sarah his wife. And it came to pass after the death of Abraham that God blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac dwelt in Beer Rai. Now this is a genealogy of Ishmael, Abraham's son, who Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's maidservant, bore to Abraham. And these are the names of the son of Ishmael by their names according to their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nabijah, then Kedar, Abdi, Mishma, Dua, Massa, Hadar, Tema, Jetar, Napash, and Kedemash. And these were the sons of Ishmael, and these were their names, by their towns, by their settlements, 12 princes according to nations. These these were the years and the life of Ishmael, 137 years, and he breathed his last and died, and was gathered to his people. They dwelt from Havilah as far as Shur, which is east of Egypt, as you go toward Assyria. He died in the presence of all of his brethren. This is a genealogy of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac. Isaac was 40 years old, and he took Rebekah his wife, and the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister of Laban the Syrian. Now Isaac pleaded with the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord granted his plea, and Rebekah his wife conceived. But the children struggled together within her, and she said, if all is well, why am I like this? She went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said to her, two nations are in your womb, two people shall be separated from your body. One people will be stronger than the other, the older shall serve the younger. So when her days were fulfilled, she gave birth. Indeed, there were two twins in the womb, and the first one came out red. He was like a hairy garment all over. So they called his name Esau. Afterwards, his brother came out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel. So his name was called Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when she bore them. So the boys grew, and Esau was a skillful hunter, a man of the field, but Jacob was a mild man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he ate of his game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Now Jacob cooked a stew, and Esau came in from the field, and he was weary. And Esau said to Jacob, please feed me with some of that red stew, for I am weary. Therefore his name, therefore his name was called Edom. But Jacob said, sell me your birthright as of this day. And Esau said, look, I am about to die. What is this birthright to me? Then Jacob said, swear to me as of this day. So he swore to him and sold his birthright to Jacob. And Jacob gave Esau bread and stew of lentils. Then he ate and drank, arose and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. There was a famine in all the land besides the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Abimelech, king of the Philistines, and Gerar. And the Lord appeared to him and said, do not go down to Egypt. Live in the land which I shall show you. Dwell in the land, and I will be with you all and bless you. For you and all your descendants I give these lands, and I will perform the oath which I swore to Abraham his father. And I will make your descendants multiply as the stars of heaven. And I will give your descendants to all the lands, and in your seed all the nations of the earth shall be blessed, because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. So Isaac dwelt in Gerar, and the men of the place asked about his wife, and he said, she is my sister. For he was afraid to say, she is my wife, because he thought, lest the men of the place kill me for Rebekah, because she was beautiful to behold. Now it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked through the window and saw, and there was Isaac showing endearment to Rebekah his wife. Then Abimelech called to Isaac and said, quite obviously, she is your wife. So how could you say she is my sister? Isaac said to him, because I said, lest I die on account of her. And Amalek said, what is this you have done to us? One of our people might soon have laid with your wife, and you would have brought guilt on us. So Amalek charged all of his people, saying, he who touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. Then Isaac sowed in the land and reaped in the same year 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. The man began to prosper and continued prospering until he became very prosperous, for he had possessions of flocks and possessions of herds and great number of servants. So the Philistines envied him. Now the Philistines had stopped up all the wells which his father's servants had dug in the days of Abraham his father, and they filled them with earth. And Amalek said to Isaac, go away from us, for you are much mightier than we. I guess the big thing I got out of that hit me was Isaac did the same thing Abraham did. He was scared. He was a man of faith. God talked directly to him, and he still was scared and lied and didn't trust. One of the things I love about the Bible is the great men of the Bible, the great people of the Bible were just like all of us, and none of them were perfect. And I love how that gives me hope. All right, Matthew 8:18-34. And when Jesus saw a great multitude about him, he gave a command to depart to the other side. Then a certain scribe came to him and said, teacher, I will follow you wherever you go. And Jesus said to him, Foxes have holes and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. Then another of his disciples said to him, Lord, let me first go bury my father. And Jesus said to him, Follow me, and let the dead bury their own dead. Now, when he had got into the boat, his disciples followed him. And suddenly a great tempest arose on the sea, so that the boat was covered with waves, but he was asleep. Then the disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, Lord, save us, we are perishing. But he said to them, Why are you fearful, O little of faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. So the men marveled, saying, Who can this be that even the winds and the sea obey him? When he had come to the other side, to the country of the Gergesenes, there he met two demon-possessed men coming out of the tombs, exceedingly fierce, so that no one could pass that way. And suddenly they cried out, saying, What have we to do with you, Jesus, Son of God? Have you come to torment us before the time? Now a good way off from them, there was a herd of many swine feeding. So the demons begged him, saying, If you cast us out, permit us to go away into the herd of swine. And he said to them, Go. So when they had come out, they went into the herd of the swine, and suddenly the whole herd of swine ran violently down the steep place into the sea and perished in the water. Then those who kept them fled, and they went into the city and told everything, including what had happened to the demon-possessed men. And behold, the whole city came out to meet Jesus, and when they saw him, they begged him to depart from their region. And that one's hard for me because I don't understand. It's hard to understand that miracle they see in it, and all those pigs ran off, and then my thought process on that is that they cared more about the prophets and those pigs than they did those men, and they didn't want Jesus to be there. So I think maybe sometimes we all struggle with that one too, that we want our stuff and our material, that's more important than people. Psalms 10, 1 through 15. Why do you stand far off, O Lord? Why do you hide in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride persecutes the poor. Let them be caught in the plots which they have devised. For the wicked boasts in their heart's desires. He blesses greedy and renounces the Lord. The wicked is proud. Continence does not seek. Oh, the wicked in his proud continence does not seek God. God is none of his thoughts. His ways are always prospering. Your judgments are far above, are out of his sight. As for all of his enemies, he sneers at them. He said in his heart, I shall not be moved. I shall not be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and oppression. Under his tongue is trouble and iniquity. He sits in the lurking places of the village. In the secret places, he murders the innocent. His eyes are secretly fixed on the helpless. He lies in wait secretly as a lion in a den. He lies in wait to catch the poor. He catches the poor, which he draws him into his net. So he crouches, lies low, that the helpless may fall by his strength. He has said in his heart, God has forgotten. He hides his face, he will not see. Arise, O Lord, O God, lift up your hand. Do not forget the humble. Why do the wicked renounce God? He said in his heart, You will not require an account. But you have seen, for you observe trouble and grief, to repay it by your hand. The helpless commits himself to you. You are the helper of the fatherless. Break the arm of the wicked and of the evil man. Seek out his wickedness until you find none. Proverbs 3, 7 through 8. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. It will be health to your flesh and strength to your bones. See y'all tomorrow.